Hi. Uh, Hello. I'm sitting on a stool and I'm way up higher than I normally am. And it feels weird. Nerdy t-shirts know you. That dryer was killing you? Tisket? My actual dryer is going right now. Hi everybody. So, without further ado, this is now how you're going to watch me do stuff because I can't take it anymore. I cannot sit with my hands over my desk anymore. So, excuse me, but you're going to have to look at my crotch occasionally. All right? And maybe my floor. And it might be kind of dirty. And there's also my keyboard. Okay? Because I can't anymore.
Whoa.
I want to thank you from the bottom of my
Tired
heart.
streamer, thank you so much. I'm not the only one that does it this way. Can you guys hear me okay? I can pull this closer. Enhance. But see, like, if I have it in my face like I usually do, then all you guys are looking at is my microphone. My audio is low again. Great. What about when I pull the microphone closer to me? Like it probably should be. Jesus. Everything is falling apart. But then you can still see the yolk of the mic. The alert was way louder than voice. How about now? Am I eating the microphone now? Also, my head's in the way of the sign. I know somebody's going to complain about that. Surely not. All right. Yeah, I just can't do it anymore. It's not comfortable. Hello, Marco. Ugh. How much you guys want to bet I fall over before the end of tonight's stream? I'm also going to try doing 90-second ads a little bit more frequently. Maybe that's a mistake. I don't know, man. I'm torn about that one. What's up, dudes? What are you guys doing with your night? My dudes. Music sounds really quiet. Do I still sound quiet? 90%. What if I do this? Is that better? You exercised. Tisket, that is always the major challenge. I wish that I had been prepared to make use of all the bananas that were in my freezer before it went kaput. Because I got one of these. First of all, I never, not ever, not once, not never, maybe twice sat with my back against the back of that chair that I had in here, the purple chair. Okay. Rip purple chair. Actually, not rip purple chair. It's up in my kid's room. So there's adhesive on the front of it from where the sticker was that I need to get off of there with some rubbing alcohol. But thanks, guys. I bought this with stream revenue. Thank you. It's a seating upgrade. Thank you so much. And if I want to, I can... Woo! I'm sitting down, but only kind of. I like this. Like if for some reason I feel like I just want to sit here and talk to you, this to me is actually much more comfortable than sitting with my legs are at an angle. I find it comfortable. But nerdy t-shirts, I've never liked traditional chairs. And I don't want to just sit in like I'm not like an armchair person. I don't want to just sit in an armchair. I'm either sitting up and doing something or like walking around and doing something, or I'm assed out in my bed. I want to be completely horizontal when I'm relaxing, physically. You know what I mean? Am I the only one? This is nice. If it's like I'm sitting, but I'm not... I don't know. I always try to sit up straight too, Like decent posture. I think that's important. And if I'm holding my project here, I'm not like hunched over a desk. You have a chair and a half instead of a computer chair because comfort. A what? And then I can just pull on this. Pew! My cat is pissed though. Do you hear her? She's so mad. She usually sits behind me in my chair. She's like, what is this? I don't understand. She's like, what the hell? Come here. Yeah, I know. You know what? I'll get you a nice little bed down here or something, okay? All right. I know. Oh. Are you pouting? Are you pouting right now? I love you. This is Athena. Athena's a B word. But she's my B word. Little mean girl cats always find me. The cat I had when my husband and I got together was a mean little... Yeah, but she's particularly B-E. Especially to the dogs. She hates the dogs so much. She cannot stand them, dude. We've gotten to where she will exist on the bed at the same time as them, but the whole time she's just shooting daggers out of her eyes at him like, I can't believe you still live here. She is. She's a spiteful little thing. Hi, Dex. How you doing? Yeah, I know. Very spiteful. She's my baby, though. Yeah, I see how it is. You guys come out of lurk and you go, cat. Hi, kitty. You went down? I love you. I'm sorry. I know. How dare I choose my own comfort over yours? I know you're very mad. I know, I know. Okay, here you go. See you later. Jesus. Oh, yeah. She wants all you guys to know, too. She is mad. She angry. I can't say I blame her. I took her favorite place to sit away. I'm like, yo, the chair is upstairs. It's in the boys' room. Why are we falling over? Who said anything about falling over? Who did this prediction? Was that you, Cranston? Did you do this? Will I fall over? Look, Karen. This is part of the transformation, slowly but surely. See, Karen did it the right way and just took some time off from streaming and ripped her whole room apart and redid the whole thing all at once. And I'm just like, I'm gonna get rid of my chair. Now I'm gonna change my camera angle. Oh, that's gonna disappear. Here, get this out of here. Yeet, yeet, yeet. Let me guess which prediction you oh, you didn't predict. Oh, wait. Well, clearly I'm going to fall over at some point, KBJ. Clearly. That's like, will 9 live forever? Poll was not clear. Ooh, should I make a crochet cover for it? Did you really? Yeah, I like it. It takes some getting used to. The whole, like, when you sit on it, you need to, pay attention. I would fall off of a crocheted cover 100%. Is that a challenge? I smell a challenge. So, yeah. Now, like, your bum will hurt while you get used to it, but it gets better. There's a joke in there. So I am in a very spicy mood this evening. Are you going to end up as one of those people who starts crocheting trees? Do you mean crocheting around them? Are you talking about yarn bombing? Spicy is as spicy does. No, it's not an exercise ball. It's not an exercise ball. Yarn bombing grosses you out. Immediately think of the mold from moisture. Especially where we live, that is most certainly a concern. No, it's not a ball. See, there it is. There you can see the microphone. No! That's better. Makar, I'm so excited. The cello is supposed to be at the school this Thursday. Ooh, I wonder if this would be a good thing to sit on playing cello. I didn't even actually think about that.
I feel good.
Do you have any jump scare alerts in your channel, KBJ? Asking for a friend. No, I didn't. I almost did. I did actually almost drop a stitch. Yeah, see, I don't know how I feel about this because now when I am looking at the project, ooh, that's like, oh. I loosened it. On Saturday, on your way to dinner, there was someone playing cello on the street corner. No, for 2 reasons. You're always holding a knife or tool. B, you never wear headphones while streaming. She's meow, meow, meow. Bring the chair back down here. Meow. She just looked at me like, yeah, exactly. She had her ears back and everything. You really like yours. You've had it a few weeks now, and it has really helped keeping you sitting upright. And with the drafting desk, your neck is saved. The changes make a huge difference. Yeah, I have the other desk upstairs. So yeah, one thing I notice is when you're sitting on one of these, they clearly are not intended to be sat upon at a regular desk. Because when I go to type, it's like my arms are pretty much fully extended all the way down. Who wants to race me in Type Racer? Oh, you would have won. Haha, pub time. What? This? This is as low as this one goes. Yep, that's it. You pull on this. If I stand, it'll go up. It'll go up like that. What? That's as far down as it goes. What? I should do that when people... When you were a child, they taught you typing by putting your hands in a box with a keyboard and having you play typing games, but you could not see the keyboard. It made you fast but not accurate. Oh no. Thank goodness you can see my hands. This is when she will fall, chat. You wasted your point. I didn't fall. O ye of little faith. I'm going to say before the end of this stream. Hopefully we don't need to do any other channel points stuff before then. Get out of here, keyboard. Yeah, I tried like 10 other angles. Is my floor a giant chessboard? Have you never seen like black and white tile flooring? Come on, KBJ, you live in Portland. Is it like this? This is the cutest little chicken stitch marker. And I'm also terrified I'm gonna lose it. That is not a no. Yeah, I mean, I guess you could use it that way. Yeah, I think Danielle or Dueling Needles. This was from Dueling Needles. This bag. I want to say Danielle or Dueling Needles sent me the chicken stitch markers too. Pretty sure it's Danielle. More than one person might have sent me. Oh, also, thanks for the bits, KBJ. I gave you the look, but, you know. I do give you these buttons to press. Voodoo. Karen, are you planning on streaming on Sunday? What's everybody else doing tonight? Besides watching me do old lady stuff. Old ladies are cool, by the way. That's not an insult coming from me. Some old ladies are cool. Some old ladies are not. This yarn was hand-dyed by my friend Ridgely, who owns an online yarn, hand-dyed yarn shop called Astral Bath. Ridgely is a badass. in many ways. But most especially, I'm pretty sure Ridgely is a wizard. Ads in 3 minutes. Thank you. And we're trying out doing shorter ad breaks a little bit more frequently. I'm kind of wondering if the 3 minutes was like kind of excessive. I've never really sat and pored over my analytics or anything. I realized, okay, maybe, you know, I grew up with these ad breaks that were several minutes long, right? Still, it's not the same because even though we make an effort to announce them and I try and, you know, take breaks during that time sometimes, I don't always take a break. And the worst is when a 3-minute ad break just started and we get a raid. The worst. And there's nothing I can do to stop that. Like, once the 3-minute ad break has started, that's it. La 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 la. I've heard these songs so many times I could cry. Tell me why we can't just listen to music that isn't something you'd hear in the elevator. Yep, exactly, nerdy. This is actually fairly pleasant. I don't hate this. I don't know, man. I'm gonna have to do short rows soon. All right, ads incoming. La 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 la. Wow, I made it all the way around this thing. Oh, there was a little Floofington sticking off of there. The night crowd hits different. Mikar, are you streaming again anytime soon? Sup, dude? You know who I was hanging out with tonight while I was cooking dinner and stuff? It was Duo MTL. Duo does some knitting every once in a while. Okay, now I need to see if this is 7.5 inches from the cast on edge. Popos. My husband's so funny with the dogs. Popos. Calls them both popos. You just tufted an orange rug. Look at. Ah, we're making some progress. Begone, project I am not working upon. The ad break is finishing. See, that's so much faster. It feels like that's going to be a lot less obnoxious to people, maybe. I don't know, man. Okay, 7 inches. Shoe cam. Yeah, do you guys like my slippers? You will never see my toes. No, no, no. Not gonna happen. Yeah, I think I need. Not without a. No, never. Let's just put it this way, okay? Mama 9 waited tables for 25 years. Y'all don't need to see that. Like, does that then does the price tag include the discount for the therapy you're gonna need afterward? There's a paywall for that content. Lord. Yeah, I'm gonna say at least. Do I have a soft tape measure somewhere handy? I sure do. Could be worse. You could have been a ballerina. I'm pretty sure probably I could give some ballerinas a run for their money. Let's change the subject. No, I need to have somebody help me out with it. I've never been that great about certain types of. I just don't care about stuff like, oh my god, my toes have to look all pretty. But like, then there's like, hey, yo, lady, you gotta take care of them things. You gotta walk on them and stuff. Yeah, 7 inches exactly. So we need to do a few more rows before we start the short rows for front bust darts. What does that mean? I don't even know what that means. Wiki feet. Like wicked? They're probably nowhere near as bad as I think they are. Nobody likes their own feet. Yeah. Oh, Lord. What? That's a thing? Why does that exist? Sadly, people rate them. So it's hot or not, but for feet? I don't know, man. Feet gross me out. No. Cat Yoy, not for $100 million. Well, maybe for that much. And only anonymously. I'll never tell you. You would for 100 million, name it all? Yeah, right? Who cares? At that point, you just buy yourself new feet if yours are terrible. I would like to have a foot transplant. Yes, ma'am, right away. That'll be $100 million. Damn it! How you doing, Kat? We're gonna play Fortnite with Kat on Friday. Not this Friday. Friday, April... What the heck? What day? 11th. Now, with free anklet tattoo. You may have your divinity, but for a price, I can forget about it. I mean... I was gonna say, did you mean dignity? I like divinity, though. Scandalous. Escándalo. I don't know why I said it with... I don't know why I said it with the lisp like they do in Madrid, but it just felt right. Oh no, you got food poisoning? That sucks. It was appropriate, yes. Escándalo. If you guys didn't know, that's actually a thing. There's people in Spain. It's been a rough 24 hours. Dude, our refrigerator broke down. So I'm trying not to give everyone food poisoning in my house. It's great. Trying not to lose all the food in our fridge, but also not give everyone food poisoning. Thankfully, the freezer had a lot of stuff in it that just needed to go anyway. So I just used it as an excuse to clean it out pretty good. Dope. I'm sorry, though. That sucks. Was it just you? This makes me want to, like... There we go. Oh. It's one thing if you get sick, but it sucks when your kids get sick. And dude, if it's food poisoning, that is no bueno. Kids don't always know to, like, just listen to your instincts. Get up and go in there. Go, go, go. Go to the bathroom. Go in the bathroom. Do it over the toilet. Sometimes they just can't make it, you know. And they're just kids, so you just, you know. It's like, it's okay, it's okay. Don't worry, I'm right here. If you're also feeling really nauseous, woof. No, exactly. Poor baby. Yeah, we have all the restaurant Cambro containers. Those end up in the bed with the child. The big giant restaurant Cambro containers, the square plastic containers like you use to store all your food in a restaurant. in the cooler. I actually think Cambro is a brand name, and it's kind of like Kleenex. Restaurant folk call them Cambros, but it's really just a brand name, if I'm not mistaken. Mini garbage can liner here, yeah. Well, I hope you guys all get to feeling better soon, Kat. That really stinks. Can't dye acrylic. Make art, let me break your heart. You can only dye cotton and wool. You can do it if it's about 70% wool. Worst part was Mr. Cat got sick at work. Lol, lame. Yeah, it won't hold it. It won't hold the color. If it's a blend and it has nylon or other man-made materials in it, like if it's like a sock yarn that's like a 70-30, 85-15, 80-20, and has mostly wool, you'll be able to dye that. But the way that you dye yarn at home is you're opening up the fibers first by, like, you know, first of all you get them wet, but then heat is also going to make them expand, and then the dye can get in under the cuticle, and then you're fixing it there with the heat and acid. So the same way you can dye Easter eggs with food coloring at home, you can use food coloring to dye yarn. You might maybe be able to dye some other things like rayon and stuff with RIT. Yeah, a hotel pan. Chafing dish. Chafing pan. Yeah, hi Clockwork. You can buy single, like 150 or like mini, 100 gram, 50 gram, or like little minis, like 10 or 20 gram skeins from some places that sell. Is it having trouble focusing on my hands? I'm worried about that with the floor. So We Crochet Knit Picks has single skeins that you can buy, and sometimes they have really good sales. So you could try online retailers that have... Thanks, Cranston. We Crochet sometimes doesn't have it, but Knit Picks does. But We Crochet has really good shipping. Here. I'm a terrible person. I'm well aware of that. $20% off books and ebooks, and 50% off 50 items plus free shipping, which is ridiculous. So see these little stroll mini packs? I wonder if they give you the choice of bear in here. No. This is going to be pretty inexpensive. Nah, fam, get your money. So yarn, value packs and samplers, is it going to be in there? Here we go. Crochet.com sampler box has some different, few different kinds of bear yarn. Also comes with a couple of different types of hooks, and also some animation and some Bravo worsted. And this is $10. $10. Discover your new favorite yarns with the Crochet.com sampler box. Oh, here, I should read it with my voiceover voice. Discover your new favorite yarns with the Crochet.com sampler box. Ideal for crocheters wanting to test out our most popular yarns for upcoming projects, or for crochet beginners who want to familiarize themselves with different fiber and hook types. The bare undyed yarn base helps to simplify gauge measurement, while the size of the mini skeins offers an opportunity to sample a variety of yarns with minimal waste. In addition to 5 different bare yarn fiber bases, you'll also receive a randomly selected Brava Mini and Animation Amigurumi Mini. The sampler box also includes 2 different styles of crochet hooks, one birchwood crochet hook and one We Crochet Bright crochet hook. Sampler box includes these fibers. Bare wool of the Andes worsted. 100% Peruvian Highland wool, 10 grams. Wool of the Andes, or WOTA, as we lovingly refer to it. Dang it, Petey, I was trying to do a voiceover. I was lulling everyone to sleep with my ASMR. Hello, Petey. Is our flagship workhorse yarn, perfect for garments and home goods alike. Peruvian Highland wool is known for its balanced structure, loft, and drape, giving WOTA the versatility stitchers crave. Bare palette wool Bare palette wool fingering. 100% Peruvian Highland wool, 10 grams. Palette's generous color range and 2-ply twist make it our go-to for colorwork garments and accessories. Just like WOTA, the Peruvian Highland wool adds structure, loft, and drape. Fair Isle, anyone? More like Wilhelm scream, dude. No, thank you. Do I have a Wilhelm scream on here? Fair Isle, anyone?
Don't be suspicious. 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 Don't be suspicious.
Bear Twill Worsted, 100% superwash merino wool. 10 grams. Twill's ply construction, 3-ply construction, not only offers... If I ever do get to finally do voiceover and voice acting for a living at all, there's going to be a lot of that. They're going to be like, oh, here's that lady again. It's all going to be... I'm sure I'm not the only one that does that, though. When you mess up. Twill's 3-ply construction not only offers superior stitch definition, but is luxuriously soft and bouncy. Add depth and complexity to any project. Bear Andean Treasure DK. Hi, Spaceballs, the username. 100% baby alpaca. Aww. 10 grams. Our favorite alpaca yarn is pure luxury that has delighted customers for almost 2 decades. Using one of the softest Peruvian alpaca fibers, this base is perfect for hats, scarves, and wraps. Like a tortilla wrap? That'd be pretty high fiber. You get the point. There's some cool stuff in here, including a Brava mini worsted and an animation amigurumi mini, and 2 different types of hooks so you can decide what kind of hook you like. You did have to resort to blah a few times last week because you were too tired.
In your general direction, your mother was a hamster and your father smelt of elderberry.
You do realize that for free,
Mama,
I could trigger every single fart noise that we have available to us here. Right? Like, if I wanted to, I can make you sit through the fartverture over the 1812 fartverture. I'll do it. I'll do every single one of them. You see? Look, you're responsible for nerdy. Okay? I wouldn't. God, no cap, you bet. Spaceballs, that sounds like you want me to do it. That's reverse psychology. We only do it when I'm doing a confetti cannon, which only happens when somebody gifts 100 subs or we have a completed charity donation match. You prefer the Beavis and Butthead one? Real question. Did they make both hooks inline tapered too, or did they alternate them? One is tapered and tiny, it looks like. And one is inline. The wood hooks are inline. Any good... And did you come up with that? Or did you hear it somewhere? Be honest. I mean, either way, I love it. And I'm glad that you brought it to my attention, Spaceballs. Glucose Guardians? It is not an original thought. Bruh. Glucose Guardians. Yeah, any glucose guardians in chat right now? Is that what we start calling people if they gift? Do we have a board that says glucose guardians on it? I'm a diabetic. Does that count? Yes, of course. Hi, angry baby polar. Didn't want to assume their gender. Exactly. Gracious. Oh, yeah, that doesn't work in here. I don't have that for a lot of reasons. I don't want the automatic clips because I have the hope. It is my dream, Petey. Allow me to share my dream with you. It is my dream. And yes, I do this myself when I clip someone else. To have chat take the time to think, is this actually a clippable moment? Clips are appreciated. I'm not telling you, like, you know, better be careful about your clips. I do go in and delete some of them. It's especially helpful when you actually clip the moment itself. Yes, I can go in and edit them afterwards. So any clips are appreciated, but it is my dream to teach people how to clip. Do you know that I was thinking about Mochigate earlier because I took the little hand rest thing off my keyboard, realizing I don't really use it. I type with my hands kind of up. I started thinking about all these things I take for granted with how my setup, you know, how everything is set up in here. And I was like, I don't need this stupid thing. And it's just hanging off the edge of this, and it like makes it so I have to push the keyboard further onto the little drawer. And I think I found a little remnant of Mochi. Mochigate. Good times. Mochigate lives rent-free in your head. I forget how much that one is. Yep. What do you want? You want a badge? You want a Mochigate badge, Cat? You want an iron-on patch? Be pretty cool if, like, embroidering patches didn't require one of two things. Infinite patience to do it by hand. That would just be hell. Or a super expensive machine. Love how float typing is non-ergonomic now, yet work can't be bothered for armrests that go high enough still. Wait, is that what it's called when you type with your hands up? Because, yeah, I type like... Here, I mean, I'll show you. Anyways, back to the crochet.com page for just a moment before I do that. If you go in here, they may have sometimes also yeah, I know about getting 15% off. They may also have bare yarn in We Crochet, and oh, great. We love that. I can fix it. There it goes. Sucks when that happens. No, it's probably a cord. Nothing wrong with the camera. Because the camera keeps running. I don't have to do anything to the camera. I have to deactivate it and activate it again. So it's something communicating with the computer. It's either a cord or, God forbid, USB port, maybe. Yeah, capture card. I have an Elgato Camlink Pro that I just need to open my computer up and put it inside. And I am terrified of that. So anyway, if you browse here and also their sister site Nitpicks. Blah, 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 blah. Okay. Shh, quiet. They're also doing it here. 50% off 50 items plus free shipping. Eh? Go in here. Yarn. Undyed bear yarn and fiber. $11.99 for a skein of Swish worsted, which is a 100% fine superwash merino wool. Wool of the Andes superwash worsted, $9.99. This is roving. So you would use this to spin if you want to learn to spin. Or I mean, you could use it for felting. Then you could custom dye it for felting if you wanted to. Wool of the Andes Sport. This is not a superwash. You got to pay attention. This is mostly alpaca and merino wool. It's only 5% nylon. You could dye this. It is a boucle. I don't know if you'd want that. Again, Wool of the Andes bulky, not a superwash. Here's an 80/20 merino wool Angora fingering weight. Hare, H-A-R-E, get it? Because rabbits. $6.99, huh? Made of natural and undyed fibers, Bare Hair is a fingering weight yarn that gets its extra special softness from the halo of Angora fibers. Create classic lace shawls and lusciously cozy cowls in this bare shade, or experiment with dyes to create your very own custom colorway. No matter what you decide, Bare Hair is sure to transform any project into a timeless heirloom. Don't they mean heirloom? Okay, so oh. Woodland tweed, simply cotton. Cotton is a different dyeing process. It's not the same as wool. Dang, shimmer lace. $16. I have a bunch of this. I have a buttload of this. Undyed, just sitting in my house. This is 50-50, and I'm not sure how you'd go about dyeing 50% wool, 50% cotton. Oh, dang. Look at this. 100% merino. It's a lace weight, though. $4.99. $4.99 a skein, y'all. That's a steal of a deal for 100% merino. I don't know what this is. It looks like hot garbage to me. I don't want to work with that. I don't know. Maybe it would be fine for certain things. Luminance lace. Ooh, this is 100% mulberry silk, and the price tag reflects it. Look at that, $25.99 a skein. Dang. Yeah. So then they do have minis as well. This is only $2.50. So you could throw some minis in your cart to try a few different ones. There's a DK. Here's a worsted. Again, not a superwash though. There's a palette mini. Andean treasure. So you could create your own sampler of bare minis to dye and see if you know which ones you like. You could also throw, 6 Hawthorne DK minis in a cart and then make stuff to make like a little shawlette or something like that. How you doing, Koala Muse? Nice to see you. Welcome in. That's a cotton. So again, there's a lot of choices here. They do have dye blanks, but I think only for certain yarns. Like this is Hawthorne fingering, which is an 80-20 superwash Highland wool polyamide, which is nylon. So this is already knitted into a blank, which some of you have seen me do. You haven't seen the other part of it? No, it's not an April Fool's joke, actually. There's a whole nother page. Oh, it doesn't have a whole lot on it, though. Swish worsted mini. $2. But then what I would probably do once you figure out whether or not you want to keep doing this, like, I wouldn't keep buying it like that. I'd go in here. Ooh, Nitpick sampler boxes sold out. Sellouts. Where's their bundles of berry yarn? What? Wow, do they not do packs anymore? They used to do like big packs of it. You could buy a ton of berry yarn at once from them and you got a discount. Or maybe they still do that. They're just not showing it here. Kits and bundles. Good night. Good night, Cranston. Exclamation point 99 is in the chat. So, used to be, and I have a bunch of this too. Oh, no, wait, it's not this, is it? No, not Swish. It's something that has silk in it from them. Roving. Used to be, you could... Oh, wait. There's a lot more pages now. Oh, weird. These are definitely not berry yarns. You can learn how to dye with indigo or tea. Another site I use. Wool to dye for. Get it? Wool to DYE for.com. The Sheila's line of sock yarns are great. I don't have any currently undyed. I don't know if I have any currently, period. This is a set of 10 skeins. This is the price for a set of 10 skeins. So you'll notice this is a really nice yarn. And when you're buying it in quantity, you're going to get a decent price break compared to some of these other sites. These guys are aiming, they are marketing themselves towards dyers, right? So they don't assume, you can buy single skeins from them to try out. But it's way better most of the time to do this is $8.20 per skein, which is not bad. 80% superwash, 20% nylon. If you want sock yarn, this is a great choice. Being 80-20, it's going to have, some durability. where our fibers are from, which is really awesome. We work really hard with our suppliers to make sure the fibers are sourced from the best possible places where animals and workers are treated well. This is really important for us. Please always feel free to email us for information on fibers. Jenny is very happy to explain processes or give you a balanced view on something if you are not sure about what to choose. The fact that they're using a person's name in here like this is a pretty good sign. It's a smaller company. So, you know, that means it's easier to control quality and to actually make things like this first part that they say happen. Our blue-faced Leicester is British. This comes from a small farms all over the UK, but particularly Wales, and is purchased through the British Wool Marketing Board on our behalf. The fibers are then scoured and superwash treated in the UK to the highest environmental standards possible. Our superwash merino comes from South America and is superwash treated in Europe to the highest Ecotex standard. Please see the section on superwash below for more information. As a standard, we use 21.5 micron. I do actually still have some that I dyed that is their Peruvian Highland wool. That's their zebra twist yarn. So like they tell you where all of their different fibers come from, which is really awesome. 150 gram skeins, which means it's going to be about a skein and a half if you want more than 100 grams per skein. Singles yarns. I think this means... Okay, they're talking about single ply. Oh, St. Jude bot. I told you not to post the link every 5 minutes, you cheeky butt. Mini skeins. So again, you could just get a pack of mini skeins. Here's 25 20-gram mini skeins for $50.75. This is a BFL though. It's a blue-faced Leicester, so it's not merino. And I think you can go by weight and say I want worsted, right? If you prefer to work with worsted weight. Or whatever. I don't know how often these guys do single skeins. Like I said, they have the minis. Clever website name, yes. Wool to die for. Is that what Secret Stash is? I forget. Yeah. We all have it and we all love it. Here's a chance to share in Wool to Die For's Secret Stash. At the end of every yarn's run, there are usually an uneven number of skeins left over, so the mill packs them up and tucks them into the last box. Coming across those fat little packets is always like finding a little present. Sometimes Secret Stash seems to have a life all its own. There's always extra skeins left over, so we thought we would make them available to our customers. If you are unfamiliar with a yarn's title and need further details, just type in the title in the search bar on every page to find out more details on twist yardage, fiber content, special treatments. From time to time, we will add skeins in packs less than 10 skeins in this category. Check back often to see what's new in our Secret Stash. So they have nine skeins of that, 2 skeins of this, 3. I mean, some of them say out of stock. But they don't have 10. It is nice when you can just order a single. Frickin' love Ampaki yarn. It's good. Ooh, yep, I've bought their glitter yarn before. It's good. Oh, I'm frozen. It's great. Love it. It's because I moved all my cameras around, so now they're going to misbehave. You didn't notice you're tufting around. See, just more evidence that it doesn't matter what I look like. Just fine with me. You thought it was a screensaver. Yes, indeed. Yeah. Nitpicks We Crochet is based, their offices and warehouse are based out of the U.S. I don't know if they have as much info available about where they source their stuff. But certainly you would be welcome, I'm sure, to write to them and ask if you care about that sort of thing. And their main headquarters for their offices are in Vancouver, Washington, just across the river from Portland, across the Columbia River. Portland is at the confluence of the Willamette and the Columbia Rivers. That's why there's a part of Portland called the Fifth Quadrant. Keep Portland weird, man. What do you mean, fifth quadrant? Don't ask questions. Just accept it, man. Just let it wash over you. How you doing, Numi? Being Kappa as usual. Ah, yes. I have dyed many a skein of nitpicks. Like I said, I've ordered from Wool to Dye For, I think twice, 3 times. I'm glad that you're posting in the Discord, but I'm curious. Can I ask you a question? How come you don't put it in the show and tell? For us to look at on Mondays. Not interested? It's okay if that's the answer. I'm glad that you post your art. But we only look at the show and tell channel on Mondays. I don't hop around to different parts of the server. I think your drawings are great. Didn't know that existed. Show and tell on stream. You're more than welcome to post it in both places if you'd like. I don't care if you cross-post it. That is where we look at each other's art. Takes one to know one, Sarah Knight. And what's up is me at 11:15 p.m. I'm staying up past my bedtime. There's nothing you guys can do about it. Doing a Pokeball paint this weekend. If it comes out well, we'll post. Yay! I say that like it's a bad thing. Oh no, I definitely don't think it's a bad thing. It's 1:15 a.m. Who are you gonna tell? Nerdy. Who are you gonna call? Ghostbusters! There's some clothing items from a game, Infinity Nikki, that you want to recreate for yourself. Ooh. Expanded the garden, added a kumquat tree. I love kumquats. I like any citrus, really. We have some oranges upstairs. Actually, Finn might have eaten the last one. Raspberry oranges is what they call them. I think it's just blood oranges. I'm like, do they feel like they have to change the name to get people to want to buy them? One more day until you start your Pokemon croquet or crochet? I mean, it could be a croquet challenge. Probably crochet. I ain't scared of no ghost. Lime, lemon, and now a kumquat tree. Very cool. You're still crocheting a Venipede cardigan. That's cool. Starting with Snorlax. Not a life-size one. I hope. For you. Oh, Lord. Serenite, may the odds be ever in your favor. Yeah, I gotta figure out what I'm gonna do about Gengar. We don't talk about Gengar. It was community day. You would die in 5 seconds in a Hunger Games. It'll be your new bed. Here, let me throw a paintbrush at you. Yeah. Gengar, yeah. Look, Gengar and Haunter were snatched in Pokemon Stadium 1. Well... I don't know, man. You guys, I would go get it for you, but it's so unwieldy. I'm not dragging it down here. There is the body of a life-size Gengar that I started, and then it became a body pillow. It went from being the body of a thing to a body pillow. All right. Oh. Centimeters. Looks like one more row before we start do the rows with the short the shaping. Oh, if I drank coffee at this time of night, that would be a very, 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 very bad idea. Didn't used to affect me like that. I used to be able to drink buckets of it and it wouldn't keep me awake if I was tired. And now, if I have it after a certain time of the night, it's not like, I mean, I'm not going to be like wired. I'm just not going to be able to fall asleep. No thanks. Good. I don't know what that is. It sounds like it probably has either sugar or artificial sweeteners in it. And try to avoid excessive amounts of either one of those things, but you know, to each their own. It's a blackberry tasting drink. Yeah, I don't do any energy drinks. I do coffee in the morning. Every once in a while, if I'm really feeling exhausted in the evening, I'll have green tea. It's a little bit less caffeine. But that's usually shortly after dinner. I had a couple of not so great experiences with the day after staying out late and overdoing it with some other types of beverages. And then thinking, oh, I'll just drink this energy drink today and everything will be fine. Oh, I can do sugar, but I would rather than have it in like some kind of a sweet, like a sugary drink, I'd rather eat like some nice chocolate. Or something. Oh no, not wrap and turn. I only say that because I don't remember how to do it and I'm going to have to look it up. Oh my god. Wait, what? Thank you for staying through the ads if you got an ad break just now. Increase rounds may be worked using either option A, measured length, or option B, round counts. Yeah, I already decided to do round counts. Greetings from the basement, oh McGill. Gotta love this great weather season. Uh-oh. Are you guys... Do you have, like, tornado warnings and junk? Are you okay? Oh my goodness. I know it's just part of life. You know I lived in the Midwest. I think I am not going to sit here and try to figure this out right now. Oh, I think. Currently looking for your lasso. What? Gonna go wrangle that there? What? What is that? I don't know what that means. Is that... Tornado. Got it. Oh, I get it. Total of 11 times. Begin short rows for bust darts after working approximately 7.5 inches from cast on edge. Waist shaping is paused while the short rows create a trapezoid at the front bust. I might have to tink, actually. I think I screwed up. Maybe not. No, not frog. Frogging would be sad indeed. Actually, I think I just need to do one more. Yeah, this is weird. It's actually going to coincide. The front bust dart shaping is going to coincide. Because it says, for the front bust dart shaping, it says Knit to 2 stitches before side marker. Wrap and turn. Increase set 2. Okay, so I need to start increase set 2. After this round, I do front... That actually is, like, very convenient. Angry Baby Polar, you have a great rest of your night. Thank you so much for hanging out with us. I appreciate you. And, yeah, leave it till tomorrow. Sometimes you just got to give up on... Dude, today was such a day. It wasn't even like it was that stressful. It's just like, dude, pulling everything out of your refrigerator and freezer and like cleaning everything out, dumping out all the old food. Yeah, I really hope the storm passes over you guys, Conan, without much issue. Hi, help me with what I should call you. Welcome in. Thanks for joining us. I just am not sure exactly how to say your username. NX, okay. What are you up to this fine time zone? I am knitting a blouse by Poison Girls. Her name is Amy Apple. The designer is Amy Apple, and she designs under the name Poison Girls. Oh, is this a Star Trek thing? Well, guess I better turn in my nerd card. What you up to, Blaze? Nice to see you. Welcome in. Woo, you get nerd points. It's 3 models, NX-01 Enterprise and NCC 1701 Constitution Class Enterprise and Enterprise A refit. Killer. You haven't slept at all last night. You might have fixed your printer, though. You did a tech thing. Hey, good for you. Okay. Center of the front stitches. Oh, I see. You were writing but decided to take a break. Star Trek TNG episode Relics. I'm trying to get the right... There's like a sweet spot with this thing. I can indeed and have. One moment, please. That is unfortunate. I will say, typically, we really ask people not to deliver that type of information in chat. Umi, it's nothing personal. It's just, it's kind of one of those things. Like, that information is going to be widely available to people all over the place. Particularly with someone who is so well known, right? So I'm going to explain because I think, you know, you've been with us for a long time, Umi, and I don't want you to feel we've done it with many of those. It's okay. We've done it with many. And I know you. I know you didn't mean anything by it. It's hard not to want to comment on something like that in a way, right? Like to say like, oh my goodness, this person who is, you know, a part of a lot of our childhoods, young adulthoods, as someone who created a lot of memorable characters and things like that, right? But you just never know. Like, I have a friend, and I'm not going to name names. I'm not going to say specifically who it was. I have a friend for whom a particular recent celebrity passing, recent like in the last year, was probably a really, really big deal, like something that is going to affect them deeply. And people would not stop coming in to tell him while he was live that this person had passed. He's going to find out. And clearly he found out. But imagine if that is somebody who's super meaningful. I was terrified that somebody was going to come in and talk, you know, comment on David Lynch before I was really ready to like, because he was very important to me. I really love his films. He's my favorite director, hands down. If I could have gone back and talked myself into at least trying to see if I could get to work with him in Los Angeles, I almost would, right? But he also made some movies about that, and that's another reason why I love him so much. So that one was really hard. Thankfully, nobody came in and tried to tell me. My husband actually texted me and said, hey, I want to tell you that this happened so you don't randomly find out about it from someone while you have a camera pointed at you. Because that one would be really hard. And it's a part of life, you know? But especially when it's like celebrities and stuff like that, everybody's going to find out about that at some point. And I know we're pretty chill in here right now and everything. The reason we're being consistent and taking that message out of the chat and I'm explaining this is so that nobody else feels like it wasn't consistent, you know, moderation policy. And I'm explaining it because there are times, and Umi, you were not doing this, okay? So I want you to understand you are an exception to this, and you've been around forever, so I know you. And I knew you wouldn't do this. There have been times when I swear to you, if, you know, you would think that somebody would never do something like this, that somebody came in with information like that on purpose to try to bring everything to a screeching halt because they want attention. I know that's not you. I've known you a long time. Thanks for understanding why we took your message out of chat. And RIP. Yeah, it's really unfortunate. There are people who are attention seekers, and when they know that there is important information, they will come blasting into someone's chat. They're either not paying attention to what's going on, they're oblivious, they don't care, they just want to come in and be the one to tell everyone, or they know very well that it is a moment where their information is probably not very appropriate, and they deliver it on purpose to throw a wrench in the works. It doesn't happen super often here, but I've seen it, and it's really unfortunate. So I am sorry, Umi, we just have to be consistent about it. I just have had to make a policy to please don't bring those topics here. If somebody has passed, please don't bring it into chat. It's okay, though. And I don't know if that's specifically in the rules either. Maybe I should adjust that. It might be. You're awesome, Umi. I'm glad you're part of our community. I don't want you to feel bad. But I had to explain because I was about to delete it. Someone else went ahead and took care of it. Kermit flails at 9. And yeah, I really get it though, that especially when it is somebody who was, you know, popular or talented or, you know, even notorious, right? Well, yeah, just maybe, you know, avoiding like sort of disaster heavy, like super heavy and disaster and, you know, some people will call it trauma dumping. Again, completely different from what we were just talking about. Well, not completely different. Different. Because it is somebody attempting to draw attention to their own personal, negative situation. Which, again, it's really hard because, like, we had a community member come in and they'd had a very harrowing personal loss. And I knew that. I knew that it was impending. I knew that it was likely to happen sometime soon. And they came in and they didn't say it directly, but they did mention something that let me know that their relative had passed, and that was really hard for them. And they've been around for 6 years. It's a little different than the people who want to come in and they just want to hop into the chat and immediately start talking about what's going wrong. And they never have anything else to offer. So they're always taking and not really giving or investing themselves in what we do. If it reminds you of the first time you popped in, that was rough. Oh, I don't even know what that was. And maybe it would be better if we just skipped it. Because I would like to change the subject. It's okay. Yeah, some people want to just be the first, deliver the information, drop out of chat, and then run around the platform dropping it in several chats. They want to be the bearer of whatever news. And to me, that feels like that they are just looking to feel important. And doing it repeatedly, like, I'm the one who told everyone. I told everyone first. There's some things you should be proud of yourself for being first at. I don't know about that one. We had curry chicken leftovers tonight. NX. We had curry chicken leftovers. I had to use it up because we have everything from my fridge on ice. It was really good, actually. And everyone was happy to eat it a second night in a row. So, super tasty. Oh yeah, really good. And it's I cheat. I 100% fully cheat. And all I do is I just sear the chicken on both sides. And I cook it, probably about halfway. And then I put all that aside on a plate. And then I take the pot where I cooked up the chicken thighs. And it usually has some bits and everything. Where's my plate? Yeah. Where it has some little bits and stuff in it. Not those kind of bits. Can you imagine? Eat your bits. And... Well, it's like you were saying, Karen, during your stream. Don't be jealous when two people, or more than two people. When someone who's a creator expresses their fondness for another person. We had that happen in here one time too, where somebody kind of implied that because I was being affectionate to someone in chat that might make other people feel badly. And I'm like, well, that's their responsibility to figure out that emotion then, because this is a positive thing. And if I can't express that I'm fond of someone without hurting someone's feelings, that feels like emotional blackmail to me. So then am I supposed to just pretend to be more attached to everyone in here? I like you all. There's some people I've gotten to know better than others through one thing, from one thing or another. And like Karen is one of those people. Karen and I spent time in person together at TwitchCon. Like, she's a true friend and you are all amazing, but human beings are not built that way. We can't possibly extend the maximum amount of care and liking and emotional investment in every single person. And when you're fortunate like I am, when you're very lucky like I am to have a nice robust number of people interested in what you're doing, there's just no way you can't give that kind of attention to every single person. And you can certainly enjoy their company and value them. And I do try to express that frequently, but I think you said it really eloquently, Karen, because you were saying like, hey, don't look at it as something that is about like a negative about you. You know what I mean? Then you're dragging the focus to yourself when you should just be happy that two people have found friendship and a connection. Blaze, we love you. Get out of here. Yeah, I mean, NX, it's not often that these things come to the fore quite like that. But, you know, like Karen said, some people just think they matter more than everyone else. And the idea that this person they're watching on the screen is like at their disposal. It's a form of entitlement. I love all my children equally. I don't care for Job. Do you want ants? Because this is how you get ants. The power of friendship. Yes, and we can, again, you know, it's an odd thing to me to like look at two people or more than two people who have managed to find each other in this sea of human existence, which is really tiny in the grand scheme of things, but you know, don't make it about you in this weird negative way. It's not going to do you any favors in the like making friends department, unfortunately, you know? And I understand that for some folks that process, you know, finding people who they connect with can be really hard. So you need to do some work and figure out why that is. Or maybe you just haven't found your right people yet. Indeed, we all have our circles and special people in our lives. Doesn't mean we don't care about others. You'd be arrogant to think you're important to every person you encounter. Nerdy t-shirts, thank you. I love Bender. Yeah. Like, I go into some streamers' chats and I see them interacting with people who I know, right? And they're clearly like very connected to one another. And the feeling of jealousy isn't at all. I'm like, oh, this is so beautiful. Two people who I know and they obviously are like really good pals. That's great. Like, has nothing to do with me. Or it doesn't have anything to do with like, it's not, how could that be a negative statement about me? I don't know. I'm not typically a very jealous person. Yeah. It is kind of weird. I mean, so I will say this. I mean, I certainly feel it from time to time. It's not that I don't. I think that it happens to you more when you're feeling insecure. And some people really struggle with that feeling. And it's very valid, but it's something they need to figure out and work on. We're all works in progress. It typically stems from insecurity. It's why don't I get to have that? It's either that or narcissism. And I don't know, maybe narcissism stems from insecurity. Deep down. And it's just extreme, you know? Look, I think we all have something to offer. And it can be hard to, especially if you feel lonely, to be patient, to understand that, like, it's like we keep saying, maybe that friendship, it just isn't for you. This thing, this path, this person, it isn't for you. It doesn't mean you can't still appreciate a person and like them, but like, you know, I've had people, there you go. Exactly. And so it can be hard sometimes because we live in this, like I called it, a comparison machine anymore. It can be hard sometimes to just try and be like, heck yeah, I'm happy for that person that they found a really great friend, or they're finding success in their chosen field, or whatever. You know, it happens a lot with content creation. People get really jealous of each other. And, you know, it's hard not to, probably sometimes, because I mean, look at the platform that we're live on right now. It's a numbers game, man, and it's very hard not to worry about that stuff, especially if you're doing it for a living. But something I've been working on, it's like less mental energy spent thinking about, you know, analytics and averages and impressions and clicks, and more going, well, what is it that I actually want to be doing here? Right? What am I about? Yet farts. Yeah, I know. Rubber chickens. But yeah, I made this hat out of yarn from, yeah, impressions and likes and clicks. Oh my. I made this yarn out of wool yarn, or I made this hat out of wool yarn from my friend, Elandriel M. And then Elandriel won yarn from me today. That's so funny. I've been super fortunate to have, you know, some people who are like incredibly amazing and by most people's estimation, you know, rather successful, you know, reach out to me and connect with me and support us in what we do, whether that's rating or talking about our channel when I'm in their chat or whatever it is, right? And of course, there are times when I think, well, you know, oh, little old me, huh? You really do have to talk yourself into, and thank you for the 33 bits, by the way, nerdy t-shirts. I love that little alert with Bender. I love supporting other people. But something I've been thinking about lately is, you know, I got a lot of fish to fry. And we have our ways that we do that here. Really? Oh, really, Gav? Happy anniversary. That's amazing. Congratulations. Your marriage is an adult. Anyways, yeah, to try to bring it back to what we would rather focus on, right? This is, it can't drink yet, yeah, not in the States. Oh, 19th. And it was on the 1st. Fools in love. Aww. Congratulations. Yeah, Hubs and I have been together for almost 16 years. No. We just, 16 years. Oh my God. We've been together for 16 years. We just hit 16 years. in February. But we didn't get legally married until all 3 of our children existed. We didn't have the money for a party anyways, so it wouldn't have really mattered. You know what I mean? Like, we still probably would have had a nice time and everything. We would have managed somehow to have a nice celebration. We really didn't have money for a big... Nobody in our family had money for a big party. And honestly, I feel like... Oh, this is where you should put the marker. Because these are the sides. Oh. Good night, nerdy. Night-nights. Sleep well. Yeah, my butt, Karen. Oh. No? Have we been categoryless this whole time? Well, that was not intentional. KBJ. You know what, KBJ? No. No, now you're both getting nerfed. Nerf and nerf. Double nerf. Oh, yeah, they were predicting whether or not I would fall off of this new stool I just got before the end of the stream. See? Wrap and turn. I think it's like you go like this. I'll just look it up. Forget. I've done it with socks before. Wrap. And turn. Oh my God. See, I don't need a coffee or an energy drink now. Slip one from the left needle to the right. Thank you for the biddies. Okay. Slip one from the left needle to the right. Bring the yarn to the front. Yeah, I kind of knew what I was doing. Slip the stitch on the right needle. Bring the yarn to the back to complete the wrap. Turn your work and you're ready to continue working more short rows. Okay, and then I think this is probably purl stitches. Purl to 2 stitches before side beginning of round marker. Oh, yippee, purling. Ugh. I mean, I am kind of a mildly klutzy person. Restaurants taught me to be a lot less klutzy. I think if I hadn't waited tables for 25 years, I shudder to think. I learned how to balance stuff. Oh man, yeah, I would clear a table and I'd have all these crazy stacking techniques and people would be like, they'd be like, we can't believe you just cleared this entire table in one. And it took every ounce of self-control sometimes not to look at them and be like, I do this for a living. Oh, it's stuck? Thank you. Yay! Love it. There you go. Yeah, it's just gonna misbehave like that now for a while, probably. And maybe if I restart, it might stop doing it. Probably. Thanks, Clockwork. Oh, did you guys want to watch KBJ's mini movie? I meant to show that. You didn't post it in show and tell. Why? Oh, don't let me distract you. I said, why didn't you put your little masterpiece in show and tell? Of all the different jump scares. I have a whole monitor to myself, okay. I asked you, how come you didn't post your little mini movie of me almost pooping myself multiple times? You didn't share it in show and tell. Yeah, I actually don't look at anything other than show and tell on show and tell days. It's all good. I'm trying to give you a hard time. It's frozen again. You guys. I'm just going to stay like this for the rest of the night. You can still see what I'm knitting. Yeah, I think it's the capture card or the cable, or who knows, maybe it's both. No, I don't think that's it, because look, I can show you. As soon as I go properties, deactivate, activate, it's been running video feed this whole time. If it was the camera overheating, I would need to unplug it. You know? Is this a test? Potential condolences. I wonder, does Twitch put plants in people's chats? Let's see how they react when somebody types this sequence of messages. Oh, goody, it happened again. I'm leaving it that way. No. I wouldn't do that. I look annoyed at you? That's perfect. Me looking annoyed with you is perfect. Mm. Mm-mm. A blouse. Oh, you like the stitch marker? Here, I'll try to fix it. It's because I messed with everything today. It's because I moved a bunch of stuff around. Mm-hmm. So I'm doing the front bust darts. It's going to be a blouse. I'm not sure what that word is supposed to mean. Blumpkin. Is this a Friends reference? Makar, I fail. I fail that vibe check. Oh, Drag Race. Same difference. Can you imagine if Friends was just a bunch of drag queens? So awesome. Somebody get on that, please. Just remake the entirety of Friends. There probably is already one out there. Yeah, no joke. A friend of mine in college, his drag name was Lazy Susan. And he got one of his friends to be in a bunch of their short films. And his drag name was Pepper. And the thing that was great about Pepper was just literally just like a dude with a wig on. Like, Pepper had no makeup on, wasn't wearing women's clothing. Pepper's whole drag outfit was just this woman's wig. I mean, Lazy Susan was like decked out to the nines. Pepper. Spin me right round starts playing. Pepper can get up on the Lazy Susan. Yeah, Pepper gave no spice. Exactly. Pepper was kind of bland. Yes, that was the joke. Lazy Susan was always berating Pepper, too. And Pepper gave zero clucks. I think Pepper might not have even ever had any lines or anything either. I think Pepper just sat there and rolled her eyes. It was this whole meme, basically. Oh, college in Los Angeles. We would have a party at our house, and it would be like... It used to be a frat house. Ooh, I gotta look at my pattern. It used to be a frat house. And somebody managed to take it over as student housing, special interest, art, and creative student housing. You'd name yourself something dumb like Chives. We had a lot of fun. I don't know how much educational stuff was going on in there, but we had a whole room that had like a drum kit in it. Like a whole big drum set. It was like a sunroom. It had a drum set in it. I had a room that had a room inside of it that nobody, like some people had rooms. They had roommates that would have a room where they had to go through your room to get to their room. So I was in room 5 and room 4 was inside of my room, or maybe it was 6, whichever. Jeanette, that was very random and unexpected, and I appreciate you. Thank you. Thanks, Jeanette. Just out of the blue, 400 biddies. Thank you. Probably not as much as a lot of other houses like that, and like frat houses and stuff. There was a thing with like one guy who was in the film program. Here, I'll snooze the ads. There was a thing with a guy who was in the film program, and he kind of had a big crush on my friend, and my friend was already dating this other guy in the house. And it was clear that he was very upset about that. He did get over it, but it did cause some tension here and there. But I got really lucky because I was supposed to have a roommate. I would have been thrilled to have the roommate that I'd picked. I was supposed to have a roommate. She decided not to come back. So we had already both gotten accepted to that house. And she decided she was going home to San Diego and going to transfer to, I think, SDSU or something like that. And they just never found me a replacement, I think, because it was special interest housing, right? It was like you had to apply to be in it. So they just never gave me a roommate replacement. And if somebody was supposed to be assigned to that little room that was inside of my room, they never showed up. So I had nobody coming and going and trying to walk through my room. I had my own bathroom. Everyone else had to share a bathroom and a kitchen. I think one of the other rooms upstairs might have had its own bathroom inside of it. It was glorious. And I had a door that went out the back of the house. So I didn't even have to walk through the rest of the house if I didn't want to. So when they were all getting up to no good out in the living room, if I wanted to leave and not get sucked in to like whatever freaky art kid shenanigans. I mean, because most of the time I was down for that. But every once in a while I'd be like, man, I need to study. And you guys are all just making a crazy racket. I gotta go. So I'd leave and go to the library. I was on the dean's list all 4 semesters I was at USC. I was a good student my first 2 years of college. But LA got to me. I just couldn't take it. I didn't like it there. It's very fake. I met some very cool people there. It's not everybody there is like that, but Like, a friend of mine goes, hey, do you want to go shopping? I'm like, okay. We walk into this store, and the dresses cost my tuition, fees, books, and housing for the year. Like, I was like, I don't belong in here. I don't want to be in here. I don't like this here. Here, bad. You know? That was very strange for me, having grown up, you know, with a mom who had to like work 3 jobs just so I could go on band trips and stuff like that. Very disconcerting. Like, meanwhile, you know, mere blocks away, there's somebody who probably can't pay their rent. It is what it is. Knit to 2 stitches before wrap. Wrap and turn. There will be 1 unwrapped stitch between the 2 wraps. Okay. Knit to 2 stitches before wrap. Oh, okay. Yeah, exactly. Wait, but where is the wrap? Is that the wrap? That's the wrap. Okay, so I need to do this. I don't know what I'm doing. You lived in LA for 20 years? Oh, God. Hi, Fargonaut. How you doing? Better you than me, classy. Rows 5 through 20. Repeat rows 3 through 4. Oh my, that's a lot of wrapping and turning. You were young, you had fun. It is a fun place, and there's a lot to do there. Yeah. But it's also huge and really hard to get around on public transportation and expensive and not a place to raise a family. Yeah. I had a blast in that house, man. Don't get me wrong. We made a movie. I was the titular character. Deadly Red. Kung Fu Sister of the Apocalypse. And in one scene, I attacked my friend with a tortilla, and in it, she was just actually eating, hail no, Spaceballs. She was just sitting there eating hummus and tortillas, and so we decided that would be her weapon, as she bit some holes in the tortilla and threw it at me. Oh my God. Oh my goodness, classy. Yeah, it's so expensive. Especially certain parts of LA are really, really, really expensive. Well, hey, look, the life you're living now looks pretty fabulous by my standards, and I'm happy for you. I'm glad you look at it that way, right? Like, I had my fun, and then it was just time to go. I was there for 2 years. I just couldn't. I think that it was really hard. You know, if you've ever seen Inland Empire, if anyone has ever seen Mulholland Drive or Inland Empire by David Lynch, I think that he did a lot of stuff to do with dreams and, you know, what are dreams and why do we have them and, you know, where do they come from and is there some other, you know, plane of existence or something like that, that you know, that, but dreams are also how we process things, or are we tapping into some other plane of existence and all that, right? What he depicts in both of those films is the innocence of someone wanting to pursue their dream and then being like, just kind of having all of that stripped away from you by just the machine that is like Hollywood and entertainment, right? And so Naomi Watts' character in Mulholland Drive, like, you know, she falls in love and then that all falls apart. I don't want to ruin it for you. Please go watch it if you've never seen it. It's pretty bizarre, but it's a good film. And she kind of is like completely broken by it. In Inland Empire, Laura Dern's character is kind of like another version of that story, but it's different. And I don't want to ruin that for you either. So go watch them both if you're into, you know, sort of absurd, surreal sort of film and stuff. If you like other David Lynch stuff and you haven't seen those films, I'd go watch them. And he really was showing something that I think I picked up on in my 2 years there, that I wasn't willing to subject myself to, nor even if I felt like I could probably hold on to like my core sense of self through all of it. I watched people that I grew to care about toss all their morals, their ethics, their standards, their dignity aside for success in a heartbeat. They would just be like, yep, yeet. And I couldn't bear to see people treating themselves that way. Well, Spaceballs, most of them are pretty bizarre. I mean, do you like bizarre films? Do you like absurd, weird, disturbing? There's a lot of really fun and funny, like, there's a lot of tender humor in a lot of his stuff, especially all the Twin Peaks stuff. There's a lot of, like, kind of tender humor and very sweet, heartfelt. Wild at Heart is a good one that might be, like, an indication of what's to come if you keep watching his films. That one's Laura Dern and Nick Cage. Willem Dafoe is in it as well, and like a whole bunch of people. Harry Dean Stanton, a bunch of people who he worked with on Twin Peaks. The woman who played Laura Palmer is actually in it as well. Yeah, I would check that out. It's based on a book that somebody wrote, and then I think the idea might have been the whole time for him to turn it into a screenplay. Wild at Heart. One of his very first films was Eraserhead. That one's pretty weird, though. Like, if you think you might ever want kids, proceed with caution. Blue Velvet, I think, is maybe like, let's not throw Blue Velvet at Spaceballs right away, Allie K. Yeah. Did you notice I went, let's not throw Blue Velvet at. You'll give any director at least 2 chances. If you decide you're going to watch Twin Peaks, some people will say if you've never seen any of it, you should watch the first season, then watch Fire Walk with Me, then watch the second season, then watch the reboot. Oh, Blue Velvet is... Dennis Hopper is in Blue Velvet, and he gives quite the performance. Isabella Rossellini is in it too. And Kyle MacLachlan and Laura Dern's in it, but her part's not all that big in Blue Velvet. There's another one called Lost Highway. That one's kind of a little bit of a trip. And then if you want a feel-good David Lynch film, that does actually exist, and it's called The Straight Story, and it's actually like a Miramax film, and I think it might even be like PG or PG-13. And it's about a guy who finds out that his brother is ailing and decides he can't drive a regular car. So instead, he decides he's going to get on his riding lawnmower and ride all the way across the state of Iowa to try to see him in Wisconsin. And they haven't talked in a while, so it's this interesting depiction of, like, you know, familial sort of things, but then also it's a really very kind of a sweet homage. I don't know if homage is the right word. An ode to the Midwest. He like runs into the Ragbri Riders, which is this bicycle thing they do all the way across the state every year, and yeah, it's an interesting film. Based on a true story. Oh, I'm in trouble. I have no idea how many rows I've done. I hate counting rows. And I have a row counter and I just refuse to use it. Ugh. Working stockinette flat sucks. Not a fan of purling. Yeah. Sasuke did such a good job with that emo. I love it. Oh, I gotta fix that. I love St. Jude. We need a little downtime from charity here for a minute. I didn't intend for that to start posting a link in chat. I just wanted to be able to use this. What up, Brickman? Oh yeah, I forgot. That's the premium content. Look, I'm still wearing socks and slippers like an old lady. I'm wearing striped socks with animal print slippers, so I mean, I'm sure there's a market out there for that somewhere. Oh yeah. That was a good one. God damn it, Kat. Are you just sitting here in chat? Are you just sitting here listening, waiting for me to say stuff about feet? I think maybe I know who my first customer would be. Love you, Kat. Yeah. That's frustrating. Because I have the option unchecked. And yet it's still posting the link. Your ears are attuned to talk of feet? Yikes. You better toe the line. .5 tabs open. Oh my god. Okay. It's time to go. Yeah, see you next time, St. Jude chatbot. We'll bring you back when it's time to fundraise for St. Jude because you're not going to listen and you're going to keep posting the link. And I don't want my community to feel fatigued from all the charity we do. And I'm trying to give everybody a break, including myself, because that's important so that we can be effective when we are actively fundraising. A bunch of the people in Makers and Crafting right now are not talking in English. There's Ophi. We haven't rated Ophi in a minute. Ophi's cross-stitching. What says embroidery. Taking it easy. With bad apple stitching and some charity. If you guys haven't been there before. Yeah, Ophi's great. Let's read Ophi. You guys, thank you for hanging out. I appreciate you all. Oh, raising money for Doctors Without Borders. Thanks for answering my question before we even get there. That's cool. I got it. I'm gonna go 9-9. Ali K, I'm gonna go 9-9. First of all, I think I will get used to sitting on this thing, but it's very different from a regular chair, and my booty is starting to hurt. I think my butt might go numb if I sit here anymore. It's okay. I think I like it. I love your face. I'm excited to play Fort with you. Karen's like, Here's these. I'll be back tomorrow. I'll probably squeeze in an extra stream this week. I appreciate you guys. Thank you for everything that you do for me. Everything you do for each other. Mods especially. Thank you for helping keep our community a fun, enjoyable experience for all. I adore you. Oh, okay. Very cool. I'll have to look into that. All right, you guys. Yeah, have a great rest of your evenings. Thank you to these people. We always want to thank everyone, all of you for being here and watching, all of our paid pledges and Fourth Wall members. Thanks for your additional support. I am so fortunate to be able to do this for a living. So, you know, come support someone else with their crafty content. And please make sure you do something nice for yourselves between now and the next time that I see you, because why? Because that's self-care. It's really important and you are worth it. I love you all. 100% equally, each and every one of you. No. I do. I'm so happy to be part of what we do. Bye.